Hello, my name is Joey, and along with my team, Juan and Kai, we have created REZolution, your student furnishing solution. We are going to revolutionize the university move-in process. So the problem is that most residence rooms look like the one you see here. Although it looks furnished, there are still many things missing, such as the bed sheets, mini fridge, small TV, fan, printer, and even kettle. And just so you know, students only have 2 to 4 days to furnish their room before school starts. So as you can see, there's lots to figure out and only a little bit of time to do it. Especially for students abroad, this is a really big issue because they first have to decide which retailer to purchase from. This includes long wait-up lines, time-consuming, and there are lots of products already out of stock because every other student is doing the same thing. Next, they have to figure out how to get the furnishings from the store to residence. This can be done by taxis, moving companies, or having your parents fly in to help. Lastly, they have to figure out how to get everything set up. If the student plans to do this alone, it will take in excess of 8 hours. With the parents helping, 4 hours. As you can see, it's very time-consuming, and really, the student should be focusing on what's important, such as meeting new people, seeing the campus, and even picking courses. And as I just described, this is a very fragmented process. Personally, I'm from Toronto, so I had the same problem when I moved to Halifax to attend Dalhousie University. Thankfully, my mom came to help, but she had to purchase a flight from Toronto to Halifax, which cost $500. Then she had to rent a hotel for 3 nights, which was another $500. And on top of that, she had to rent a car for $200. So in total, she spent $1,200 just to help me move into residence. And even that wasn't a perfect solution, because we still had to drive back and forth to Walmart, wait in long lines, and there were still products out of stock. And most importantly, we had to spend hours unpacking my room when I could have been doing other things, such as spending time with my mom and meeting new people. So, my group and I shared our personal experiences with moving into residence, and we were thinking to ourselves, there must be a better way to furnish our residence rooms. So we decided to conduct 40 personal interviews, and the results showed that 85% of people said that it was a time-consuming and stressful process to move into residence. After these interviews, we decided to conduct another 100 surveys, which showed us that 91% of people still prefer a pre-order system, so that way they won't have to worry about any of the hassles associated with moving into residence. A quote from a student said, "It was so expensive taking taxis back and forth to residence, and it took forever to unpack everything." One of the parents surveyed said that these services would give peace of mind that my son could focus on more important things when moving into residence. So we created an ideal solution that incorporates the best aspects of retail stores, transportation, and setup. So customers will purchase from our website in advance. From there, they will be purchasing our products, then we will deliver the products to the residents, and finally we will set up the products in the room before school even starts. So this will solve many customer pains, such as the time-consuming aspect, being frustrating, and most importantly, stressful. So then we made some assumptions to help us understand our business. First of all, we're going to be ordering products from China so we can obtain low prices. Next, we figured that 50% of the resident students would purchase our products because of the pains and needs that we already identified. Also, it would be more convenient to purchase our own trucks, so that way we would be able to have them whenever we needed. Lastly, we thought that students were the only customer segment because they were the end user. So we designed a new survey, and 198 people gave us some more valuable information. We found that customers spend $500 on furnishing their room, but then we also found that they spend an additional $150 on extra costs, including transportation and shipping. Also, students prefer to purchase furnishing packages rather than individual items because of the convenience factor. Next, over 80% of customers are willing to pay a 25% premium just to have our convenient services. Lastly, customers prefer to pay all at once rather than financing these products. So, after consulting with our mentors and analyzing this data, we made some very important pivots. First of all, we decided to purchase our products from Canadian wholesalers so we can make sure our products arrive quickly. Next, we made realistic assumptions to target only 5% of our potential market rather than 50%. This would ensure accurate projections for our business. Also, we are a seasonal business with very few fixed costs, so instead of purchasing trucks, we will hire courier companies to deliver our products to the residences as needed. Also, we identified parents of the students as another major customer segment because from our surveys we found that 60% of parents are purchasing the residence furnishings, not the students. So REZolutions offers a very simple service to help customers furnish their residence room. Customers will log into our website and purchase the furnishings they need, and that's all they have to do. However, on the back end, we will order the products from our Canadian suppliers, courier the products to the residents, and then set them up before school even starts. This way, students will arrive to a completely furnished room, hassle-free. So throughout this process, we learned many lessons. Generally speaking, we made realistic assumptions to help make accurate financial projections. Especially in our first year, a low-cost strategy helps a startup become realistic and attainable. Having a plan B for all aspects of a venture helps ensure smooth sailing even when challenges arise. And specifically to our business, we found customer needs are different than our first assumptions. Also, customers can only visualize our service with a minimum viable product. That is why we created a website to walk customers through the purchase process. However, without our team, none of this would be possible. Our advisory board includes Keith Dexter, with 20 years experience in the storage industry. Mike Curry, a professional investor for over 10 years. Angelo is one of our professors with experience in financing startups. And lastly, Ed is also our professor and a serial entrepreneur. Our management starts with myself as CEO because I have successfully run my own nutrition business with sales exceeding $50,000. Kai is CFO because he is the president of an economics club in China. And lastly, Juan is the COO because he was manager of a large manufacturing company in Ecuador. So with our team, we have the skills to capture the Canadian market. Currently, 1.05 million Canadian undergrads in our society. 1/4 of them are living in residence. And from our surveys, they suggest that parents are spending $500 to furnish their rooms. This gives us a potential Canadian market of over $126 million annually. So in conclusion, REZolution is a proven business model. We made the necessary adjustments to make our business viable. And along with our team, our vision is to help every single student move into residence stress-free. Thank you.